Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people.
Should I leave that in? Oh, I don't know.
What, your burp? Your pathetic
Yeah.
burp?
Pathetic. I was far from the mic. Shut up. Be cool.
Have you ever done those videos where you try to chug a Sprite and not burp?
No.
Have you seen those videos?
I saw one that was clearly a setup where he like freaked out and then walked into a garage door.
Oh my god. I
That's
love
the
that
only
one. I
one
know
I've
exactly
seen.
what you're talking about.
Well, why?
There
What
was a
is it
trend, a
like?
TikTok trend where people they try to chug it. It's a big one. It's like not a 2 liter, but it's not a can of Sprite. It's one of those bigger bottles. And you try to chug it without, or you drink as much as you possibly can without burping at all. They do Sprite. They're like, this is the challenge. It's Sprite. Sprite's apparently impossible. But, 5 years ago when I did it, it was Diet Coke. And then 3 years before that, it was,
Tap water.
Jolt Cola or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, the point is, it's fun. It's really hard because like you feel the gas just like, or I did. When I did it, I like felt the pressure like build up my esophagus. Like it's like the burp's coming higher and higher, and I'm just sort of like swallowing air, or not swallowing, like not
Trying to
trying
hold
to
it in.
yeah, and then eventually just this horrific burp comes out, and it's just so embarrassing,
Horrific.
but it feels incredible. My god, it's a fun one. It's a fun little it's one of the more fun simple challenges, I'd say. YouTube challenges.
Chugging Sprite is not fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything with carbonation. I assume you could do the one I did with Diet Coke was awful, and Sprite was the same. It just, I like the taste of Sprite more, I guess. I don't think certain ones are more or less carbonated. I guess I don't really know.
Well, you can definitely tell a difference with soda waters. I will not drink San Pellegrino, especially from a plastic bottle. Ugh.
Oh my god, plastic bottle soda water. Like if I'm getting soda water, I already feel like I'm a prince somewhere anyway. So I'm like, I am so
Bring me the sparkly
fancy.
kind.
Why in the world would I defile this palate with a plastic bottle? Like it's so gross. But I like San Pellegrino. I like it in the glass bottle. Wait a minute, is that the green one? Or is it the other one?
Well, Perrier's
Perrier.
also green. Yeah, so they had a branding problem. So is Rolling Rock. I mean, how am I supposed to know the difference?
Oops, I'm hammered.
I was just trying to hydrate, and everything's skunked. Is this Stella?
Well, you're the one. I didn't realize that one of the soda waters had a bunch of sugar in it. Which one? We were at when we were at the horse farm.
Yeah. It's not a bunch of sugar. 40 calories is completely unnecessary compared to when you can have, well, I don't know. I guess.
Well, it's water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But it tastes sweet. It's
awesome.
Liquid Death. Liquid Death has sneaky calories. And you just expect it to be calorie free because all those things are, and it's not.
Yeah, it's water. You know what I mean? It's not like anyway. That was one of the best things about starting to look at the labels on stuff, was seeing all the added sugar and like random foods and condiment like ketchup. I was like, why is there so much sugar in this ketchup? And it's because they're trying to trick me. They're trying to they're trying to taste bud wash my brainwash my taste buds, Do I really like this, or is this just a bunch of junk in there that I don't really need?
Or caffeinated things. Well, yeah. Starbucks just keeps adding caffeine, I swear. They're just, I mean, it makes sense. If you could easily chemically make your product addictive, why wouldn't you?
Right. And that's what I'm buying. I'm buying caffeine. We might have different ideas about how much I'm buying, I guess. No, it's very drug dealer-ish.
Well, that and the addiction of your phone, they're doing the same thing.
My god, my phone is so bad. Okay, here's my problem. My alarm clock is on my phone because my alarm clock is 8 sleep. So how do I stay off my phone in the morning if the first thing I do in the morning is turn my alarm clock off. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, we need to get Mateo from 8 Sleep on the podcast and ask him directly. I know they're thinking about this. They have to be. Alexandra was on. You should have asked her then. You didn't have an 8 Sleep at that time.
I wasn't chemically addicted to her product at that point. The dealer. We had the drug baron up from 8 Sleep.
I am too. I'm traveling today. Oh, I don't want to leave my 8 Sleep.
Oh my God. I know they got to do a better like travel case or something. But it's too hard.
They started putting them in hotels.
I know. But what if you're staying at an Airbnb, or what if you're staying with your mom, or what if you're,
What if you're sleeping on the street? I know.
Yeah, it's like your Iron Man. You need the Iron Man, the travel suit,
Yeah, but yeah, it's just pajamas. Thermoregulated pajama. I'm writing this down. Oh my goodness. Cut this out. Don't tell anyone. We're going to be rich. Oh, I was talking to a doctor from Routine.
Wow.
Because they were helping
fancy.
me. I know. Flex.
Doctor.
Flex. She
PhD or
now I don't know if she's a doctor. Shoot. Maybe she's just a
really smart.
No. And it's going to be in a video on my channel too, so now I could get called out for not being correct. Anyway, she was saying all of these really smart things that was super helpful and very tailored to me. Great, thanks, Routine. Which is the vitamin episode, by the way. If you haven't listened to our entire back catalog.
Routine, ROOTINE.
Indeed, it's about precision vitamins. So after all of these intelligent things, she said, "Oh yeah, 8 Sleep. I have you tested the electromagnetic field on that? I haven't gotten one because of that."
Oh no. Oh no.
I need to live in a Faraday cage. I think I'm right next to my Wi-Fi right now. I think she's not wrong. And she was saying in the next 10 years it's the new smoking and people are going to wake up to it. Oh, that sounds
that sounds really bad. The new smoking is never a good thing.
I know. Oh. Total Fitheads podcast is the new quitting smoking.
Yeah.
This is our marketing.
It's the new vaping. No, wait.
Anyway, you dismiss all of that as nutty, and I want to build a house that is just wave disrupting.
Didn't we have that guy on with the golden?
Yeah, you talk about your cells tearing apart.
What was his answer when I asked him why I didn't build a house? Do you remember? It was too expensive.
No. Yeah, well, it is really expensive.
But not for him. He's got the... Hey, buddy. Oh, I had a little dog come in. Hopefully he got on camera.
So now I don't know. I'm like, red light therapy, that comes with garbage. Yeah. This sits on my uterus. I'm holding on my phone.
Yeah. Mine's next to my balls, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's next to my brain. Just my two favorite.
If you had to pick two things to keep.
Yeah. Take my eyes, but no, yeah. I don't know. Hopefully they'll figure it out. My plan was always with like joint pain and stuff like that. I was always like, well, hopefully by the time it's really a problem for me, they'll have robot legs that I can just replace my own legs with and stuff like that. But I don't think there's going to be a good solution for the old brain,
What? You don't think that we're getting to the point where we're just going to upload our whatever? Oh no, because it's a copy.
Because, and I think I've told you.
Are you the one that told me that?
Copy.
I hate you.
That
hate you so much.
That bummed me out big time because that was another that was another back. I have all these I'm incredibly confident about all these backup plans. Like I'll have robot legs, or I'll upload my consciousness to the clouds. Or by that time, I don't like flying. I'll just teleport there. I'm sure they'll have teleporters by then. I'm like and very confident about these things. And the more I say them out loud, the more I'm like, maybe that's not like a plan A. Maybe that's like a maybe that's like a plan B or C.
Yeah. When you said the joint things, I figured you were headed to, they'll probably have some better glucosamine and I'll take some more supplements that really improve. And you're like, robot legs. Like, that's where you go.
Yeah. Like RoboCop, but not as traumatic,
Yeah. You just melt into Mercury. Or wait, that was a different guy.
That was the T-1000, the Terminator.
Okay.
The Terminator.
Whatever. I don't know your nerd movies.
Terminator's a nerd movie.
Yeah.
Wow, Spags. Wow. Might need to reevaluate.
Yeah, that's what a nerd would say.
Don't I know you are, but what am I? Nerd me. It's a nerd off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my glasses are winning. You've been to Jamaica.
I haven't been to Jamaica.
I know.
Brittany's parents just got me this t-shirt and I wear it all the time. And Brittany's like, you need to stop wearing that. It's embarrassing. I'm like, what do you mean? It's a great shirt.
Jamaica.
Like, they also got me a bathing suit. Medium. I've never been more insulted in my life.
They don't think you have cake? That's weird because it's this area. So what? You have like a great V. You got a small waist.
I don't have a small waist. I have a huge waist. I'm not
according to Zozo Fit.
According to Zozo Fit. Yeah, exactly.
Your mesh does not look like you. I keep thinking about this.
And yours doesn't look like you. I don't believe that.
Yeah, you look way more fit than your mesh.
Thank you. You look way more fit than your mesh.
Ooh, your way was longer.
Way, W-H-E-Y.
I can't. It's not vegan. We're just here to make fitness puns. It's just an hour of that.
That would be my absolute nightmare.
Absolute nightmare.
Oh, gosh.
Abs.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Try harder.
Oh, I got it. Triceps. Okay, we both flexed.
What?
So how much?
Quick sidebar. What do you take a vegan protein, and is it true TRU?
I do, and it is not.
It's not true. What brand of vegan protein would you recommend? Form?
Yeah. I mean, the best tasting for sure is Ghost, but it's probably horrible for you. That's why it tastes great. So don't do that.
They're both plant-based.
Form
protein.
is better for you. Yeah. Okay. Form has digestive enzymes. There was one that I had that seemed better for you too, according to the GNC guy who definitely knows. And it tasted like crap.
The GNC guy. I'm familiar with the GNC guy. He's the one who told me about Jack 3D. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The one that like actually murdered people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why are you asking? Are you trying to take vegan stuff?
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering. Somebody posted on their thing that was like, I really prefer plant-based protein powders to the other ones for digestion and bloating and I forget who did it. Might have been Jess Evans, the boxer.
Mm-hmm.
She's very convincing, obviously. She's a boxer.
Yeah.
And now, I'm having to up my calories and proteins and all of this stuff. So I'm like, well,
are you having digestion problems?
Not really. But I feel full all the time. And I don't.
What is that like? Describe it to me in detail.
I feel like I just ate a huge meal all the time. Wow.
That sounds great.
You'd think that would be great, but it's not.
You're gonna taste a Stanimal. It's either starving or Stanimal. There's nothing in between.
I know. I wish. But no, yeah, and then my gal upped my calories and protein
Yes.
this week. 2,100 and 153 grams. 154 grams.
Look at you. You've
Oh,
hit
boy.
now what I am. Actually, no, you beat me now. I'm at 140.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, it sounds like the increase, she was increasing me in steps, so I didn't like
Sure.
dramatically shred my intestines or anything. Just pretty
is
smart
great.
because I 100% would have, 7 cans of tuna a day. Well, of course, no problem, So
I think she's great so far. I'm glad where this is going.
you know what?
And
we should get her on here. Although I don't
yeah,
know, I don't think she doesn't seem very she doesn't have an Instagram. As a fitness
yeah, that's so
trainer, she has no
bizarre.
Instagram. Bonkers.
Yeah.
Bonkers. But she seems like she knows what she's doing. So also she said, you can stop taking progress photos all the time. And I was like, what? I mean, why?
Like flexing it up.
I was sending her pictures like every week, and she was like, yeah, so we don't need that.
Sometimes you're in a tuxedo.
Just got some new shorts. Check out these shorts,
Oh, that's great. Uh, when you start eating more, you're gonna be more fidgety throughout the day. Your body's actually gonna respond to that. Segue to what
I
we're
didn't know
supposed to be
that.
talking about. Yeah.
Why? How? When? Where?
Like when you give kids sugar and you're like, oh, they're having a sugar high or whatever, and they're bouncing around the house. It's just like that. That doesn't leave you. I mean, you get older and you aren't as responsive, but the more you eat, the more your body is like, ooh, I need to use it, get rid of it. That is called NEAT, which is an acronym for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. For cool. Shut up. If you're a third grade teacher. Neat, guys. That's neat.
Say the actual acronym again.
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically any sort of calorie burning you're doing that isn't sleeping, eating, or working out is under this category, which means more fidgety people in general will end up burning a lot more calories throughout the day because it compounds. Me working on a couch instead of a desk where maybe you're rolling back and forth on the chair or at least sitting up. And
is that what you think happens in offices? People are just kicking their feet, kicking their wheelchairs wheeling around on their desk chairs.
I don't know. I gave my mom a Bosu ball once, and
Allie,
and
can you give me that file? And you're just like, sure. And then you kick backwards, like, and that's exactly right. You're absolutely right. Have you ever worked at an office?
I have.
Oh,
I worked at 2 startups before I worked for myself.
Oh, startups. That's not an office.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't count.
It's like the cool version of an office. So
we didn't have cubicles.
Do I want to up or be aware of or lower my NEAT activity?
Actually, I mean, it depends on your goals, right? Brian Borstein will stop walking as much if he's trying to bulk. And that's kind of his lever for if he starts cutting, he just adds steps in. Like walking counts. Going to get your mail and coming back, that's neat. I don't know how that what if you go walking for fitness though. I guess that doesn't count as neat. If you're like, I'm going on a power walk, then that's like your workout.
And because you're doing different, like a treadmill walk is wildly different than a my dog walk. Because walking on a treadmill, I'm actually walking for 20 minutes straight at a certain pace, at a certain incline. Right. Whereas my dog, I'm walking for 5 steps and then he has to smell something. And then I walk another 9 steps and then he has to smell something else. And then I have to pick him up to cross the street because I'm too scared. You
carry him across the street?
Yeah, I'm terrified. He's so stupid. He's right there. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Well, Braxton sniffs all the time, and
Yeah.
Christine lets him. And I'm like, we're not even on a walk, we're on a sniff. And so now we call it a sniff. You want to go on a sniff because it's for the dog, it's not for me.
Right.
Which I guess he needs to be stimulated.
They say that the sensory or the input that dogs get from smelling is the same that we get from like three of our senses or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
Can you imagine if you were able to smell like a whole new world?
I think they can smell time, or they can smell how old something is. If it's just a better way of saying that, but smell time is such a cool thing to say, you know.
That's crazy.
So what
Anyway,
are so I know something you do. You bike everywhere.
yeah.
Does that count as a workout, or
No,
is
I
that
feel like
part
that
of
would be
your
that's more of a that's like an active like I mean it's my commute, but no, I think getting on a bike would be considered okay, now you're doing a workout.
Mhm.
This is more like like walking in the mall, right? You're not doing that for fitness, but you spend a day shopping, that's way more burning than you do sitting
On
in an office
Amazon?
day. Then got a lot of neat just sitting at my computer on Amazon.
Well, you walk
I
around the
can't.
mall, you're carrying bags, you're
Yeah.
you're putting them down, you're picking them up, you're trying stuff on, that's moving around, you know. Whereas
Like
I'm
a
on
day of
Amazon, I'm like
shooting.
click, click,
Click,
click,
click,
click,
click. Right.
click, click.
Exactly.
So yeah, there it is. Amazon is the worst for your fitness.
Yeah, there you go. We proved it.
We proved it.
Sorry, Jeff Bezos. You're making
Jeffrey.
everyone fat.
Yeah, among other things.
Or like your job will have a big effect on that. There was a time in college when I had a job painting as an art
Whoa.
major. Painting
Painting.
a school, the inside of a grade school.
Wow. That sounds really
Yeah.
hard.
Really? It
Yeah.
was just cream. You just made it cream. Or it was already cream and I made it creamer.
Creamier.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I got really good at it and I didn't even use painter's tape. But the idea is that the whole time I'm,
Flex.
dunking in.
Art flex.
I use my left hand too.
Wow, you must have been so bored.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
I listened to
painted.
all of Atlas Shrugged.
Oh God.
I know.
Brutal. Brutal. Well, how much wasn't there was a report I just heard on NPR where they had
Dude.
it was this test, and it was obviously like going for a walk is really good for your health, and doing it every hour, every day, or every whatever. And they were like, how short is the shortest amount of a walk that gets you the most health benefits? And you know what? You know how they tested it? Continuous glucose monitor.
Mm-hmm.
This
may be the same study that I've seen.
Did not mention Freestyle Libre. Did not mention Levels. Did not mention Superhuman. Did not mention any of these guys. They just said, "Oh, this thing, it's called a continuous glucose monitor." And I was like, "Yeah, babe. What brand?"
You calling NBR babe?
Yeah, babe. What the long and short of it was, they said 5 minutes. A 5-minute walk gets you almost all of gets you the lion's share of the health benefits, which is crazy.
And broken up throughout the day. So say you're sedentary all day and then you do an hour walk, compared to someone who every 30 minutes does 5 minutes, or every hour does 5 minutes, and that equals 60 minutes. You're way better off doing the broken up versus all of one, which is so crazy. For your metabolic health specifically, your glucose control will be way better. And that's so counter to what I do. I am absolutely not doing any freaking meat all day.
I know.
And then I do a 2-hour workout.
Specifically when I heard this thing, because I was like, I know she's like semi-reclined on that lazy couch right now for 11 hours straight. And then she's going to like just crush a workout for
At least 90 minutes now. That's
Like
my
2 hours.
workouts have ballooned to 90 minutes.
90 minutes? Oh my
I
gosh.
know. And that doesn't include handstand practice and stretching and biking to the gym. Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, biking to the gym. We walked to your gym, didn't we, the other day?
Yeah, I mean it's decently far, but what?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Well,
Um,
anyway, so you do the 5 minute walk every. I couldn't believe it was 5 minutes. That's wild.
yeah, but
That's
think about interrupting your day every hour. I mean, my aura used to buzz my phone every hour and be like, "Hey, get up and stretch. Use your eyes." That's another one. Oh, I used to have an alert on my computer to just look
Yeah.
away
To look further. You have to like look at something in the
every
far
20
distance.
seconds. Yeah, every 20 minutes, spend 20 seconds looking at something 20 feet away. And that alarm on my computer lasted maybe 2 hours. And I was like, oh no, nope.
I don't have 20 seconds. What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
I'm in a flow
But like
state.
the same people that tell me that being stagnant and sedentary is the new smoking are also the same people that are like, deep work is very important. You have to block off 4 hours a day for thinking. I'm like, how do I negotiate both of those?
I know. It's bad. And how do you like, especially if you are trying to fall into like a productive 20, 30 minutes or whatever. I feel like anything can just derail me at this point, you know?
Yeah. And
I
suddenly I'm
have
like,
to,
how's my video performing?
right? Or I get a notification, God forbid, from anything. And it's like, it's a notification from a new app that I haven't turned off yet. That's like, hey, did you know? Check out what's new on HBO Max. And I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. That's what I needed.
That's really important.
You know.
Oh, and you accidentally delete your thesis.
No, I accidentally watch a full season of Yellowstone, and I'm like, oh my god, what just happened?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I've seen studies where they're like, it needs to be over an hour to counteract a whole day of sedentariness or whatever. But I think the idea of trying to counteract my sedentary lifestyle with a workout is probably misguided. You know, it is smart to get up and walk. And that's why Jax is the anti Jeff Bezos and will keep you super healthy for a while.
I was saying that to somebody else. I think that like getting a dog was the best thing for my mental health I've ever done. Other than no, I think that's
Yoga.
probably it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
yoga is more stress than anything I've ever done. I'm so bull. Yoga stresses me out more than anything. A, I'm bad at it. B, I'm hilariously bad at it. C, when I do practice in like a class, it's me in a room full of girls that I'm sure are just pointing and being like, "What is that caveman doing here? Get him out before, he like breaks."
Why does
all
it
of his
smell like
bones."
whiskey?
Why is he sweating out margaritas? Is that what happening? Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
I would love to do either a heart rate or a cortisol or a continuous glucose. Bye, Jax. Jax is going on a hike today.
Ooh. Does that count as neat? No, that's you're saying I'm doing this hiking activity. Yeah.
On purpose hiking activity. Yeah. So what do you do? I guess the 5 minute walk every hour. Okay, so let's perfect world, right? You don't have any sort of a job that you care about. You don't have any loved ones. All you care about is
perfecting your lack of sedentary life.
Yeah. So how do you do it? So every hour you do a 5 minute power walk, right? You do standing desk. What about these lunatics that have
and solve
walking treadmills?
So my answer to this was I made a video about how I have a biking desk, not walking. So they do say that the amount of calories that you're burning on a walking treadmill ends up being negligible, which is like a counter argument to NEAT. But I think it's more about,
Negligible?
yeah, that
What do
I
you
think it's
mean?
more that you'll end up eating more, or that like your body is so good at homeostasis, you'll balance out.
Mm.
A part of this is that any amount of attention that goes to walking on a treadmill or standing at a desk or even sitting upright in a chair, which is not what I do, then takes away from your deep work focus. I'm not even kidding. A standing desk, I can't write as good. I can't write good when I'm
You
standing.
can see my baseline.
I
can't think
need
good.
nothing from my body taking from my mind when I'm really truly focused on something. And so yeah, a treadmill desk is not the answer for me. I think people that are standing desks are people that don't truly have complicated work to do. Wow, that's an insult to a lot of people in Silicon Valley.
Yikes. The standing desk community is really going to come down hard on you.
But my solution to this was a biking desk, because you can stop biking and you're just sitting now at a desk, right? But then when you're doing something mindless, you can pedal, and that's your 5 minutes every hour. You just pedal and you don't have to get up and go somewhere and then go back to sitting when you really need to focus.
Does your bike desk have a back?
Yeah.
I wonder about those
It's not
ergonomic
ideal.
chairs, where it doesn't have a back, but you have to like hold yourself up,
That seems like it's
like a
pulling
bar
from my
stool
bucket of attention.
Yeah.
That you have one bucket that is all of your body's energy, whether it's mental or physical. And when I'm pulling from that, I can't fully give my everything to one thing. So yeah, I think Bosu balls are difficult. Or those things that are a spring, how it was like a bar stool but on a spring. Those were popular for a while, and you would bounce around on them.
Yeah, I hate those. Do you remember the one where it was like two trapezoids and you like sit, there's no back.
Like an ostrich.
Yeah.
Or like a
you're like all your
velociraptor.
weight's like on your knees and you're like awful. I hated that one. Do you think that you're more comfortable biking than the next person? And maybe that had something to do with your focus? Like sometimes when I'm on the treadmill, I realize that I'm not really paying attention and I'm sort of drifting. So I'll stick my arms out on the walls, and then I'm like, wow, I look like such an idiot, but this is completely easier. Do you know what I mean? Like this is so much, it works so well, except for the fact that I look and feel like a total idiot. I wonder if that has part of it.
I'd never heard of that problem, not being able to stay in the middle of a treadmill.
Well,
I tried
you're
working
watching
on a treadmill the other day.
You tried.
Like I went to the gym with my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was walking crappier and working crappier,
Yeah.
Now I just was 50% walking, 50% getting something done slowly.
Yeah. I don't know. The treadmill, especially if it's in an incline, although I'm anti-incline now, but
why is that? You don't like calves?
I think that's what caused me to hurt my ankle so bad.
Oh wow.
I'm reasonably sure that, and only because I linked it time, like that was the one new thing that I had introduced to my workout, and then my ankle exploded. And then when it got better, I tried it again, and then the ankle started to swell up again, and then I just full stopped.
Yeah.
The only thing that ever, like, I never got an answer about what happened. The only thing anybody did was one of the, I think it was the podiatrist, said that she looked at an x-ray of my ankle and she said, I have like a heel bone, like a bigger heel bone on my left than my right, and also bigger than normal. And so it's possible that my Achilles is already stretched normally just because of my like body, weird body.
The way you're made. Your caveman heels.
Thanks.
You are Achilles.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Literally, yeah. That's the only thing. But it was also because I was doing incline 20-minute, thanks TikTok, that like speed 3, 13, 30, speed 3, incline 13, 30 minute. That was like a trend on TikTok about all these people.
Why?
Like,
What is it for?
Shreds your fat. Look shred for summer fit bod, summer bod. That's my secret. Nobody knows. And I'm like, oh, geez, okay, well, I'll try it.
Yes, I better do it.
Right? Yeah. Like, well, if nobody knows, I guess I don't know. I'm one of the people that doesn't know,
Yeah.
But bodybuilders do loads and loads of low intensity, steady state cardio, whatever.
Well, because they're trying to hang onto their muscle and
their energy,
the fat.
Yeah. But we don't have a.
You walk so much with your dog. You do not need a supplement with also walking in place in the gym.
Well, that's what I did. It was the incline, and it was a pretty high speed, and so I think it was just repetitive,
tough
stress on my poor left Achilles tendon. That he was just like, no, dude, no, we're good, and that was it. So I think that's what happened. But again, I guess I'll never know. But
I do have a suggestion. Always take the stairs.
I've been doing that this year. It's it's so depressing. I have an elevator in my building, and I hit the button. I'm like, ah, and then I turn around and I walk to the stairs.
So you waste the energy calling the elevator, and then you race the elevator.
I forget because I'm
Jax in it.
I carry Jax up the stairs. So A, because it's like my 10-pound workout weight, and B, because I think those little long-backed dogs, I think they're not really supposed to be jumping up and down stairs too much over the course of their life. That can mess up their back.
Mess up their spine.
Because the stair is like as tall as he is,
Mm-hmm.
So I carry him up and down the stairs. He does not love it, but that's too bad because I'm bigger than he is. So
what does he get squirmy? He's like, I want to walk on the stairs, Dad. Stop
it. He wants to go up and down the stairs himself, but it's a lot of stairs. And
you're such a helicopter dad. It's not even funny. It's a lot of stairs. Look, I just don't.
It's a lot. You're talking about compounding. You're talking about
longevity. You're getting your dog routine vitamins.
I got to put a continuous glucose monitor on his butt.
His butt. Other dogs are like, what's that?
He's like, oh, this?
My dad.
It's called levels.
Okay, right. He's showing it off like we do. He's not embarrassed. Well, I commend you for taking the stairs. That's awesome.
It's an okay, not quite New Year's resolution, but like, maybe I'll try 2 stairs this year, see if there's any difference, or see if there's, because if you don't think about it, you don't do it, but if you're like, oh, that's right, I said I was going to take the stairs. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? I'll just do it. That's
and then get to a point where you're not thinking about it and you just do it.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's not about calories burned, right? It's about that effect on your metabolism, right? Seeing your glucose handling food differently versus, I spent X amount of time walking on a treadmill desk. This is going to translate to X amount of pounds off, right? I've heard this with drinking cold water too. If you drink ice cold water for your 8 glasses a day instead of room temperature, the actual thermogenesis energy burned to warm it up to your body temperature is only about 47 calories a day. So
that's it.
It's maybe not worth it. Yeah.
Not quite as worth it. But it's delicious.
Well, I mean, unless you like cold water. Yeah, exactly. You like cold water.
Yeah, you like tepid tap water.
Yum. I do think the thermogenesis to take a
cold shower,
ice bath. Yeah, I know.
I just saw a video on YouTube Shorts. Shout out YouTube Shorts. That was like, I took a cold shower every day for 30 days. Here's what I learned. And I was, in my mind, it was a wildly different video than the video I thought it was going to be. It was like, it helped. There's numerous studies have shown that it's good for inflammation and good for your blah blah blah, and muscle synthesis, blah 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 blah. And also, it proved that I could, overcome my, indecision, or I could overpower my brain, blah 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 blah. It was so helpful, and like it made it seem like a good idea. Whereas in my mind, the video goes like this. I took a cold shower for 30 days, and here's what I learned. Cold showers suck. They are stupid, and all I really did was get attention from my friends.
I like how you're bopping the captions in as you say this, because it's definitely captioned.
Yeah, and then it's a white caption. The words are white, and then one of the words is yellow, just to make sure that like it draws your eye.
Really getting you, yeah. Well, the new cold showers is walking every hour. I did 5 minutes every hour, and I showed off to my friends. I text you at 2:00, then 3:00, then 4:00.
Just walked. I'm like, great, thanks. Thank God.
All right. Well, I feel like you should probably go walk. Oh, right. Jax is gone. I'm going to go walk Braxton.
I'll live vicariously through you. You know what I have done, though, this is the most embarrassing thing, is ever since I did levels and I realized that the 5-minute walk after a meal helps.
More like 30 after a meal, but yes. Well, my meals are bigger than yours.
Yikes. 5-minute walk after the meal.
I thought it was 30.
30-minute walk? No. It was a 5-minute walk after a meal. Kept your stuff. It kept your glucose.
Well, to each his own. Also, this is science. It's 20 to 30 minutes is what they suggest after a meal. 5 minutes throughout the day. 30
minutes? I don't think so. Not according to my thing, because I would do the 5-minute walk. Although I guess I never tried a 30-minute walk. But now what I'll do is I'll just walk around my apartment. I'll just pretend, I'll just set a timer for 5 and I'll like walk around and put dishes away, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do whatever. And that's my nerd hack.
Brian Borstein has some sort of loop that he does.
That's where it was inspired from. Because he was like, I go do 8,000 steps. So I figured out it's 7 laps up and down, and I'm imagining him, weaving through his kitchen, and
yikes, I know.
His
And his son joins him, his little kid. It's like a fun activity in our house. And I'm thinking,
that makes so much sense.
Does your son know you're an insane person? He's being raised in a weird vacuum of crazy that seems normal?
Yeah. When is he going to figure it out? Probably preschool.
Really? I figure he gets to high school and then he goes, wait a minute.
You guys weren't walking 10,000
steps in your house? That's not normal.
Yeah, maybe college.
Maybe he never realizes it. I mean, I still haven't come to the realization that my mom is an insane person. Hey, we brought her up.
Thank God. Yeah, there was one the other day. Brittany was like, don't you put your pajama pants behind your pillow? I was like, what? And she was like, that's something everybody does. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think that's something that your family does and represents like it was everyone. But no, I don't think that's a thing. Have you ever heard of that?
No. What is that?
You keep your pajamas behind your pillow when you make your bed. That's it. I don't know, because that's where you keep your pajamas. I don't know. Yeah,
that sounds like something that I could believe is normal and is completely not.
Yeah, it's just nothing,
I think I've told you this before. My mom pronounced it Chick-fil-A, thinking she was funny, but never laughed and never explained it. And so I got to high school thinking it was Chick-fil-A. And then somebody said it correctly, and I was like, wait a minute.
You didn't correct them?
No, I thank God. Because it makes so much more sense. Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. That makes sense. That's a way better name.
I think my favorite part is that it's one of those inside jokes that it's the people on the inside is just her and her brain.
Yeah.
I do those jokes all the time. Where I say something, I'm like, that was so funny, right, guys? And then I look around, I'm like, oh, sorry, I just meant all the personalities in my in my dome,
Yeah.
Amazing.
Calling back to nothing.
There was a song, Funky Town. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Would you take me to
Bam,
bam,
bam.
bam?
We're gonna
So
get a ding.
growing
Sure.
up, my family called it Maxi Town.
Yes.
Won't you take me to bam, bam, Maxi Town? Won't you take me to bam, bam, Maxi Town? And then I heard the song and I was like, why did they make that song? There's already a better one called Maxi Town. So stupid.
Wow.
Those idiots. And then
I
finally,
really want to do a remake for you now.
my uncle, I think eventually was like, we just made that up, right? And I'm like, what? That was it.
Love it.
Damn, Maxi Town.
Okay, I've been sitting here too long.
Time to go for a walk. How many burpees do you think translates to 1 5-minute walk?
Oh man.
1.
I know that I can do what's the burpee challenge? 7-minute burpees. I did triple digits in 7 minutes.
Well, didn't we do 1,000?
And that was like all out.
We did the burpee marathon, didn't we?
Yeah, that was sucked. So
that's so funny because your case is reflective and it looks like it's clear. It looks like it's just an empty case. You know how people on TikTok do that, where they like, if they have a phone, they just hold their empty case,
yeah.
but because they're recording on their phone. So I thought you were like looking something up, pretending to look something up on an empty case. Hang on, let me check my schedule. Oh, sorry. Looks like I have something that day. Ugh, I wish I could make it, but what are you gonna do?
So all out 14 burpees per minute is basically what I'm doing for a while.
14
so I would
BPM.
say, yeah, BPM. That's great. 14 times 5, 70 burpees.
Oh God!
But that seems harder than a walk, so maybe you could
way
do
harder.
less.
50. 25.
Or just be a fidgety person. I think it's ridiculous that there really are people that have just innately in their body more NEAT than others. That that ends up being that their basal metabolic rate is higher just because they happen to be more filmy.
Filmy. It's a great film.
And you would also be more responsive when you have a day when you eat more. You'll end up being a little more, that's how we open this conversation. But those people that are known as hard gainers are probably pretty responsive to the food they're adding in. They end up, upping their NEAT subconsciously.
Well, it's nice. It's something to think about. It's like when I was saying with the stairs in the elevator. I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that. Now it's it's another one of those things where I'm like, you know what, I should get up and walk around. It's been an hour. I should look at not my computer screen for the first time all day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the new smoking, right?
Yeah, but not the right. All right. Well, what are you doing? Fidgeting? Or are you going for a walk? I'm gonna just play with my beard.
Do 90 minutes of a workout
right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know it's early for me, but that's another one. On a travel day, you're pulling your suitcase through the airport. You end up burning a lot more calories on days like that. You're
gonna miss your plane.
Well, then that's
an uncomfortable seat.
Screwing your glucose. Yeah, I guess you do sit on a plane then and that's.
But you're not sitting in a nice chair. You're sitting in an uncomfortable chair, so you're fidgeting anyway, right?
I don't know. I'm not as big as you, so I find it comfortable. Sorry. It's like my one superpower is being small on a plane. Just let me have this.
One superpower. So when they put you in the overhead compartment, do you bring your own pillow or do you just use the blankets that are up there? Make a little fort.
Get out. All right. Let us know if you're a fidgety person. Are you walking throughout the day? Can you focus on a treadmill? And if you can rate and review on Apple Podcasts, that helps us out a whole lot. And we'll see you next week.